What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is the resolutions check-in for, can you believe it, we are in June. So let's dive on in. First up, if you haven't seen one of these before, I do one at the beginning of each month, and it's just sort of mainly a way for me to sort of track how my year is going, and whether or not I'm actually making progress towards the goals that I want. It helps to keep me accountable. So yeah, I also sort of have a bit of a structure, and I've done this structure for the last 2-3 years, this being the third, where my resolutions are sort of sorted into categories of relationships, whether that's personal, platonic, familial, romantic, whatever. So relationships, career, which can include study as well, my fitness, my well-being, and my finances. And those all sort of come from a 4-card tarot spread that I learned when I was first learning tarot. So this year, as we've gone along, there's also been a bit of tuning up, depending on what sort of the next step in the goal is. Yeah, so with the little bit of tuning that was done last month, this is what we've got. So for relationships, spend more time with family and friends and prioritize self-care. I would say so. I did buy more soap and shampoo and stuff. I've got a fresh cut as well. The top stuff's not sitting down so much, so it looks stupid when it's all like up in the air, but when I can get it to like sit, it's fine. But it's winter here anyway, so I'm normally wearing hats, so it doesn't really matter. And if I do need it out and not under a hat or a beanie, I can quite easily style it. So we've been doing some self-care. My nephew calls my brother at about 4 or 5 o'clock every afternoon to play video games. They're normally playing either Minecraft or Rocket League, and so I have both of those on my Switch and Rocket League on my PlayStation as well, and I normally sort of jump in and play those with them. And then this one also sort of helps with the fitness, but it's not actually one of the resolutions. But on Saturday mornings, my family does park run, and then we all go to breakfast afterwards. So that's a nice little Saturday family tradition that we've got going that I thoroughly enjoy. And you know, worthwhile dragging myself out of bed at 7 AM, even if I've had a shit night of sleep, if not for anything except going and having breakfast with my family. So yeah, we'll be working on sort of the friends portion of that this month. My friends and I are organising a games night. Just waiting back to hear from one particular friend who I know within the last week or so has had a buttload of, or it might even be this week, they've got a buttload of assignments for their uni course. So once they've stopped having to study and complete those exams, we should hear back from them about whether or not they're keen for a games night. And so that should hopefully And then I've got another friend who I need to really sort of lean and put a little bit of pressure on, because for the longest time we've had this idea of starting a podcast, and so far we've done nothing about it. So I'm actually this close to just starting it on my own, doing it on my own. And then when they're keen to jump in, they can jump in and be a guest or whatever. But yeah, so not only did I meet those, I've also set myself up to be able to meet them this month. So we get a pass. A career. So I put apply for job. I was gonna put get job, but I can't control whether or not someone wants to give me a job. So apply for a job, because if you saw my story time from last month, you'll know that I had one and no longer do. So we put apply for job, and it was today actually. I had a informal job interview. I feel like that's the best way to put it. I'm sort of gonna be getting a couple of trial shifts sort of here and there. They're mainly going to be cashy sort of thing, like I'm not being officially put on the books just yet. But it's a foot in the door. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it, and it does have the potential for becoming an actual job that I will be able to have, and sort of be able to rely on. It's in town, so no more driving a half hour to work, half hour back. It's sort of a locally owned sort of independent cafe sort of thing. So it's going to be a lot different managerial wise, compared to, like some of the big corporations that I've worked for, like the Golden Arches, or the train station. So yeah, that should be good. So I'm very stoked for that. And then my other one here is finish my induction module for my course. When I tell you that I am keen to get into this, I would not be lying to you. However, finishing the induction modules is proving to be a far more difficult task than I signed up for, because in order to complete my working with children's check, which I need for the course, I have to get an original copy of my birth certificate, which I ordered, and I got an email or something. No, I got a convoluted, but I got a text message saying I had an email. I don't think I've got the email, and apparently the email was going to give me instructions on how to get my physical copy, but because I was born in Queensland, I had to order it through the Queensland system, the state government thing for them, and have it mailed to me in New South Wales, because they won't do it unless I have an original copy, and I have no idea where my one is here. I also apparently need a valid passport, and honestly that just seems like it's going to be the easy one. It's either up in the top of this cupboard here, or it's somewhere out in the garage, and I'm, in all honesty, probably going to go and just look for that tomorrow. That's going to be like my one job tomorrow, is find my passport, go down and just get this thing done, because I am so tired of trying to sort this out. Another one of them is doing my first aid certificate, and bro, it's just not going to plan, like, and then obviously losing my job and not having money sort of thing. I want to try and get myself a new notebook, or maybe I have an empty one here somewhere, I don't know, but not a whole heap of study got done, if we're being completely honest. A lot of working on some of my creative outlets and stuff to try and not focus on stress so much. But yeah, not a whole heap of studying. Which, if we're honest, doing the study, getting that done, means that I'd be able to apply for a full-time job, and then that'd take the stress of not having a job. So it's one of these, like, I logically know, but emotionally there's no motivation sort of thing. So it's a weird one, but I can't tick it off. So we're only at 1 point out of a possible 2 there. As far as fitness is concerned, attend PT sessions and eat better. Well, the one positive about not having a job anymore is when I do get paid once a fortnight, I have to split it so that I can survive 2 weeks on like $600. And when we consider that the week I get paid, the very next day I gotta pay my board so I can live here. Yeah. That week's payment, that week's share of money is basically gone straight away. So it's like, I can't afford snacks, so eating better has been a lot easier to do. And I can't really afford PT sessions either. So can I say I've attended my PT sessions if I haven't had any booked? No. I'm gonna say that booking them and attending them is that's what we're trying to do. A home workout's not working as far as that resolution goes either, because I can go easy on myself if I wanted to, and no one's holding me accountable. Yeah, so we've just not been doing either of those. Like I said, I do go to parkrun though most Saturdays. I don't go every Saturday, and then even if I am there are times, I may be running, or I may be doing one of the volunteer roles. So even if I do go, it's no guarantee that I'm actually doing the 5K run. So yeah, but there is a little course like just up behind us here somewhere that has little like outdoor exercise, like outdoor gym, like exercise equipment and stuff. And doing 2 laps of the course itself is a 5K run. So there is a spot I can go to do it. It's just a case of going. So yeah. Well-being has a fun little one. Keep a mental health diary. I've got one. It's, if you've seen these videos before, it's one of the routine journals. But if we're being completely honest, I haven't really filled it in since about Mardi Gras, whenever that was. I want to say March, mid-March. So we've had April and May where I've just not filled it. There have been days where it's been like, okay, well, this week's been a complete write-off. Flick through the pages to find where I would be up to. Because writing the fact that I didn't keep a diary is also keeping myself accountable. And yeah, it's just not happening. That and writing the diary out the way you're supposed to write it out, you actually, I think I figured out, need 2 for a year. Like it's got enough for 6 months sort of a thing, but not for a year, which means that I'm up to needing a new one very soon. I don't currently have money to be able to do so. So it's one of those fun, interesting things. But I can't take it off because I didn't write in it. So yeah. The other one, attend psychologist appointments. There's a small funny story behind this particular one. I thought I had a appointment at the end of last month. I think it was like 25th or something. I went in there. And I'm sitting in there because I'm like, yep, cool, I'm here, I made it, like, I'm not late. You know, they've still got their COVID because it's at a hospital that I go to for it. So I get there, they've still got their COVID stuff up, so I've got my mask on, I sign in, do the COVID safe thing. They've got a little temperature scanner, I get it scanned, I go up to the counter, let them know I'm there. But on this particular date, when I was like, hi, I had an appointment at this time with this person, the person behind the counter was like, oh, we had someone who was supposed to be coming in at that time for that person, and we didn't know who it was. It must be you. Please take a seat. And then, so I take a seat, and I'm waiting to just, get called and go into my session. Because, I had it on my phone. That's the time, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Because, putting things in my calendar makes sure that I can be reminded, set myself little alarms and stuff, all good. And about 10 minutes later, I get called back up, and it's not me that they were waiting for, and my appointment isn't actually until the 15th of this month. So, yeah. I'm gonna say I went. I attended my appointment. It was in my phone as being the date that I'd wanted it for. And when they told me, oh, we can do this date instead, I'd written that in but not taken the other one out. But I went. So, didn't technically have an appointment, even though I had tried booking one for that month. Still showed up. So I get it. I'm giving myself a point in that regard. And then for finances, at this point, I don't even want to look. I know I've got 11 cents. Which, when I consider looking at what it was at the beginning of last month, that first week of May just took everything that I had left. Absolutely everything. So yeah, and then obviously losing my job, sort of early to midway through the month, didn't help. So I know for a fact that I'm back at square one, and we are. What are we? How many weeks into the year are we? If my other phone wants to open up for me. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. We are on the 22nd week. I was ahead. I was so far ahead, I was doing so well in the first like 3-4 months of the year, and then all these big payments come out of nowhere. So we haven't gotten to where we wanted to be. So I'm going to modify this to, I'm going to modify this so that we can see what we're at. And then I'm going to put my goal in as well. A goal for where I would be at the end of this month. End of this month we should be halfway through the year, so that one's an easy one to calculate, going off how much I'm putting away a week, or rather how much I'd prefer to be putting away a week. But yeah, hopefully we can accumulate some wealth somewhere. Here's hoping tax time is good to me. It's usually July or August, like it's not far off, so hopefully it's soon, moves quickly. When is it? 7th of July, 16th of July. Cool. So midway through next month, hopefully I can get a good payment of that, because all of my tax from Domino's will be in that, and Subway. I might get some from Subway as well. I think that was like right after tax time last year, so yeah, it would have been, because I met my ex just before I got fired and we were dating for 4 months. That ended in November, so that would have, yeah. So it'll be Subway and Domino's that I'll be getting tax from. Hopefully I can get some good tax out of that and recuperate my losses. And then other than that, I've got 2 things here that I know are going to cost me money, but I need to also get just some small goals that I need to get done, things that need doing. I need to get my car serviced, and I need to get my working with children's check, which, as I explained before, is part of getting my study done. So yes, but yeah, that's all I've got for this month. As far as my resolutions are concerned, I did also make a new friend. I'm hoping to be able to hang out with them soon again, and there's something that I'm hoping will happen with somebody else, but we're not going to get our hopes up about it. We're just going to try and be there for them as best we can, and if something happens, something happens, and if not, that's fine, because we're focusing on ourselves anyway. So yeah, anyway, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, or don't forget to ring that notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. Leave a comment down below. What were your resolutions, and are you keeping track of them? How are you guys doing with yours? Hopefully these videos can help us all keep on track together. If you liked this video, please give it a big old thumbs up, and until next time, guys, keep your head screwed on.